Hi, I'm John Karwacki, host of Flippin Discs on Facebook, Flippin Discs Golf on Instagram, flippindiscs.blogspot.com, and you can see more of my videos on YouTube under Flippin Discs Golf. Today we're going to talk about understable discs. I'm going to throw some drivers and I'm going to throw some mid-ranges. It is recommended that these are discs that beginners should be gravitating towards. Understable discs have a propensity to turn more. So on a right-hand backhand throw, these discs are going to the right, or they're at least not fading to the left as fast. It's difficult for beginners, especially with poor technique, poor form, and low power, to generate enough speed to hold a straight line. So you will have a disc on a right-hand backhand throw, flip it over if you're lefty. You're going to have that disc quickly going to the left. If you release early and it's starting left and then it's going to fade, you're going to have even more problems. So understable discs are the discs that they're the high turn. They want to go to the right. In that early part of the flight, they want to go right. At the very least, they don't want to go left for that right-hand backhand throw. Now, when I started, I gravitated towards overstable, some severely overstable discs. I wanted the consistency of knowing that my disc was going to finish left. As I got away from throwing that hyzer, where it was starting left and then continuing to go left, and I got a little bit more flat, I could hold a straight line longer, but it was still going to the left. That helped me shape shots where I needed to go to the left. If I needed to go to the right, I was very comfortable with my forehand. I tend to actually have more power with that delivery. And if I wanted to go right, I would throw a forehand, I'd flick it, and I would fade to the right. What I needed more of was shots that would go straight. And instead of having to finagle the angle, throw an anhyzer, and throw flex shots, I've been looking for more understable discs that would help me to hold that straight line, not fade so much. And in some cases, I'm actually getting to the point where I'm getting discs to turn, mostly in the mid-range group, in the 4 and 5 speeds. I think I actually have one in the 6 that I'm also getting to turn to the right as well. Helps me to control shots. I can, instead of throwing a forehand shot where I don't have as much touch, I do have power, I can now, on some shorter distances, the 120 feet to almost 200 feet, I can throw a backhand shot with little or no anhyzer, but I'm getting turn on that understable disc. I kind of top out at about 250. I'm consistently over 225 feet. But right now I'm improving so much on my mid-ranges that my distance drivers aren't getting me a ton of distance in above and beyond that. So today we're going to throw some understable discs. I will link to these from my blog where I will talk about this at some length as well. But I'm going to today throw a Sidewinder, 2 Roadrunners. I'm going to throw a Champion Monarch. I'm going to throw a Champion Mamba. And I think I actually have an Archangel with me today. So I'm going to throw those to start off with. And we're going to try to keep these right, or at least not fade left. Now I do have a wind that's at my back. It's changed a little bit. It's not going as much right to left. Even more reason for me to throw an understable disc so I can stay straight and not have everything fade to the left so quickly. So let's see what those look like. So we're going to start out with this Archangel. 8, 6 glide, -4 turn, 1 fade. Pretty much all the discs I'm going to be throwing are at least a 3 turn, -3 turn, with a 1 fade. So they're very understable discs. So we'll start through this. I'll flip it through the video to let you know where we're at, and then I'll also link to these on my blog to innovadiscs.com. So we'll start with the Archangel first. One thing I will also note is I've got a basket about 240 feet out there. Now, that's longer than I can reach. I'm not worried about reaching. I need to stop thinking about distance. I need to think about direction and my aim. So that's my target line. Now, if I'm relaxed and I get a good grip, I'm actually going to throw this down there anyway. So that's another thing to consider when you're playing disc golf. Here's a Sidewinder. I'm actually getting out there around that basket. Another Roadrunner, this one's Champion. Wind's at my back now. And you'll be able to see that I released a little bit early. So an overstable disc would have gone way to the left on that release. That one early too, but see where that understable disc, that high turn, kept me from fading on that particular shot. A lot of wind action there. A lot of wind action. All right. So those are several understable discs that Innova Disc makes, just for equal time, so to speak. We'll go with another major manufacturer, Discraft. I've actually got an X Heat over here that I'm going to throw. Also another understable disc. The X Plastic beats in a little bit faster as well. This one's not particularly beat in, so we'll go ahead and throw this X Heat. Don't get thrown off too much by the numbers, okay? It says distance driver and says 0. What that means is it's high turn, so it stays straighter than discs with a higher number. A 1.0 is going to turn a little bit to the left. We'll cover some Discraft stuff later. Here's the X Heat. Very, very straight. So we were 240 feet away. Here's our basket, and I got a little bit of a spray pattern here, shotgun style. Here's a Star Roadrunner. Here's a Dragon. That's an 8 and 9 speed. About 5 yards shorter of that, there's my Sidewinder, and there's my Heat. Over here, about another 5, 6, 7 yards shorter than that, so somewhere in that 228 foot range. There's the Archangel. Okay. At this point, we had technical difficulties. The wind was messing with the audio, and the quality was absolutely horrible. The key takeaway here is, as a beginning disc golfer, understable discs are a great way to develop your game until you improve your form, improve your technique, improve your power. These understable discs, the Roadrunner is one that experienced disc golfers recommended to me early on, and one that I still have in my bag now. But the only way you're going to find out what works for you is to get out there and throw some flipping discs.